Gearing up for Cyber Lunch.
Big mistake. You just got to be able to, you got to take advantage of it when they do that kind of stuff. 10 seconds to go. 24-23 Saints. Vikings at their own 39. It's third down. Three receivers right, Thielen left. Marshawn Lattimore 12 yards from Adam. Case on a deep drop. Steps up in the pocket. He'll fire to the right side. Caught by Diggs. Stay up. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. 30. No. 10. Touchdown. Are you kidding me?
So you have it here first. This is a sports show now. When it fits your agenda, this is a sports show.
Stop being salty. It's okay. I just had to. That was pretty cool. Gave me chills all over again.
Like I said,
football.
Even though
chills later.
Even though I didn't see it because I was mad and walked away from the television.
Justin had no idea. He's just sitting there shaking his head.
Typical. Oh, are you in on this?
Oh yeah. I knew
we
all
talked
about
this like a week ago.
Okay.
He's like, dude, I'm gonna play that Paul Allen bit at the beginning of the show and just piss him off.
It was a great play. You have to admit it. You have to admit it.
Hey, Cyberbots. Welcome back to the lunch table and belly up. I'm Darrell.
I'm Justin.
I'm Jake.
Welcome to Cyber Lunch, a weekly podcast that deals with the nostalgia reflected and integrated into our everyday lives through growing up in the digital revolution, plus a plethora of tangents and passionate discussions with special guests and our favorite music, movies, video games, and television shows of the past and today. Justin, I meant to tell you something.
Was it that you betrayed me?
How did I betray you? How did I betray you?
No, it's okay. What do you have to tell me?
Disaster Artist. You've been wanting to see it. You still haven't seen it.
I still haven't seen it.
Unbelievable.
It's like
you
my
read
movie
the book.
Of the year.
You
Yeah,
go
I
to
read the book
Uptown.
and
You see Tommy Wiseau's The Room. And still
I need
you
to
haven't
see
seen
him
it.
though, man. They did a re-release in theaters, and I wanted to go, and I'm sure he showed up to a couple.
No
Probably
way.
just one.
In town here?
Yeah, they did one at Uptown. I'm sure he wasn't at this one. He has been to Uptown though.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Hi.
Oh hi everybody.
You have to
I
see it.
forgot to tell you something too, Justin.
Yes.
Skull.
Oh okay.
Okay, that's the last
Skull.
one.
Yeah.
I promise.
Any-
That was a
Anything-
weird transition, but
There is no transition.
there really isn't. Yeah, the date, you're going to have to wait a little bit.
Well, I
for
better
this.
see it in theaters then.
You better go to the Lagoon because that's the only place you're going to be able to see it. March 13th. That's when it comes out on Blu-ray.
Oh, dude, in adult years, that's like tomorrow though.
No,
That'll be
that's
before you
like
know it.
3,000 years.
It's 2 months.
It seems like a long ways away.
It's about So that's about 3 month release, I'd say.
Yeah, I
Because
guess.
would it come out right around Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Didn't James Franco win some award for
Yeah, he won. I think it was Best Actor for
role?
that.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it was a Golden Globe.
Oh, that's
They
right.
haven't
Golden
had
Globes.
the Oscars yet, I don't think.
When's the last time you watched one of them?
When Tommy Wiseau went up on the
Did
stage
he?
for that.
Did
yeah.
he?
Tried to take the microphone from him, and James Franco was like, no.
Really?
Yeah. But, I mean,
They should have gave Tommy a spotlight.
he's kind of known for rambling and talking about nothing.
Yeah, you
though.
can't. I don't think you can give that guy a mic.
Hi,
I watched him
everybody.
on,
This is my dream.
He got interviewed.
I need to be here. I need to be here with you.
I just saw a talk show with him on it, and he was just rambling. Oh, is that crap Seth Meyers show?
I
But
want to
just
know where
wanted
he
see
got
it.
his belt.
Wiseau.
He usually wears like two, it looks like.
I know.
He wears
where the
one
hell-
normally and then one like cockeyed across his
Where the hell
hips.
did
I wonder
get
where
that
he got his
from?
human costume from.
Yeah, he looks like what's his name from Men in Black wearing the human suit, the Edgar suit.
Is that better? When he stretches his face, he does. He looks like he's in a suit. Actually, he looks.
Oh, the dude. Sugar.
Yeah.
In water.
Yeah.
Vincent D'Onofrio,
Yeah,
man, same
yeah.
dude from The Cell.
Yeah.
That guy's
So
That guy's
creepy.
intent.
That movie
Kingpin-
was-
Kingpin 2
Oh,
from
okay.
Punisher.
What?
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I remember.
What is the movie? They Live? Is that no? Which one is it? The one with Roddy Piper?
They live.
They Live. Yeah. He
Yeah.
reminds me of one of those creatures. Just got a skin suit put on. If you put the right glasses on, you'd see what he really was.
Obey.
Yeah. Obey. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
What are you guys playing?
I just bought. I was showing it to Jake upstairs. You didn't come up and check it out.
I
bought
saw it for a brief moment.
Mutant Football League because that was like one of the. I think that probably was one of the very first games I played was Mutant League Football with my dad.
So it's a spiritual successor to Mutant League Football.
Yeah, it's like if they redid NFL Blitz and put a Mutant League Football
with
skin on it.
violence.
Yeah. And it's very parody. They have like a bunch of modern teams and cities and stuff.
Really?
And players.
Is
Yeah.
Is there online capabilities? Or?
Oh, yeah. Yes, it does, but I haven't tried it. I know it does, though. I've been playing season mode. I'm in week 5. I was up really late playing it.
You remember that Blitz game that was like rated mature that came out for Xbox 360? Where they were like shooting up.
Shooting up?
Yeah, like steroids and stuff like that to beef up your team.
That's the one you
What?
could do way late hits and stuff.
Yeah. You never heard of this game?
Well, I remember Blitz.
I don't think it was Blitz, though. I don't think they did steroids in Blitz.
Yeah.
I don't remember
They were
that.
super huge, like, player models, but they weren't, I don't know.
Was that like on consoles and stuff?
Oh,
Yeah.
And the arcade. Blitz was in the arcade, I remember.
Well, okay, I remember Blitz, NFL Blitz. Yes, I know that. I don't remember shooting up on the sidelines. and-
No, I think it was something.
Blitz the League.
That's what it was.
Blitz
Okay, the league, yeah.
Oh, I don't think I ever played the
That
league.
was original Xbox.
That's right,
Excuse me. Midway
Excuse me,
Chicago.
excuse me.
October 17th, 2005. Yeah, that was pretty wild. I've never seen it.
I do remember that now
Because
that you said.
the only reason I make the comparison is because that Super Mutant League football. Is that what the name of it is? Or is it the other
new
way
one or
around?
the old one?
The new one.
Mutant
League.
Football. Mutant Football League,
Yeah,
MFL.
MFL, yeah.
Because it was Mutant League Football.
How many football games are rated mature?
Probably a handful.
Yeah.
Probably the Blitzes and
I don't even know if the regular Blitz was mature, was it?
I don't know. It probably should have been.
It was like NBA
teen?
Jam, though.
Yeah, but you're like body slamming dudes and
Punching
wasn't there
dudes
blood?
in NBA Jam. No, not in
You
Blitz.
can't punch dudes in Jam.
Sure you can. That's how you freaking knock up a
Oh,
ball. knock 'em
well,
off,
yeah, shove them.
Yeah. Okay, well, whatever.
Shove it.
And the regular NBA does that right now anyway, so what the hell's the difference?
Yeah, but you flop and you get like 80 points for it.
It's true. Except for some reason, people keep picking on the Timberwolves and punching people in the face. And
Got a question.
what's up?
Sandwiches. Do you prefer them hot or cold?
Well, you know my answer. I always like my stuff cold, so yeah.
I would have
Cold and
said hot.
soggy and in a
Not
in a
soggy.
doggy bag.
Not soggy. If it's soggy, it gets thrown away.
Soggy.
That's why I
Soggy
take.
pizza.
I guess it depends on the sandwich.
False.
Okay,
Just in general.
I like a hot cheeseburger, but I don't want
A nice stiff Gouda.
I don't want to.
Guga. What is that for, dude?
It's a new Pokemon.
Um,
It's a cheese Pokemon.
I really didn't play anything this week at all. I watched a lot of Netflix. Oh, I played a little bit of Ghost Recon with Justin. He's still trying to beat Predator.
Oh
Can't
yeah,
do
we
it.
got to do that.
And then I played a little bit of GTA 5, but I'm so far behind on the multiplayer or on the online thing that I'm just like I ended up driving around in circles for 45 minutes smashing into stuff.
That's what I do when I play that game. I'm like, I'm gonna do the objectives. And next thing I know, I'm like,
yeah.
it's crazy. I went to somebody's practice space this weekend, and there was this dude that came out, and you could tell he was a good guy, but what is that me?
That might have
it,
been you.
it doesn't matter. He was talking about Grand Theft Auto. He's just like, yeah, man, I started playing Grand Theft Auto again. He's like, you know what the funnest thing about that game is? Driving on the sidewalks. And he's just like, he was super creepy about it.
I remember when my
It's just
cousin
like, God, that's dark.
well, my cousin and I used to play it. When we played that, we would see how far we could drive down the sidewalks. Because we played it for so many hours, you're just trying to find stuff to do. Remember when we were playing online and we used that big helicopter to lift up cars on the top of that skyscraper?
And
we
they
had
had
like a
little
deathmatch derby
Demolition
up on top.
derby on the
Yeah.
top, trying to push people
Yeah,
off.
and we just decided to try that because I saw a video of it one day. I was like, that is a good idea, so we did that. Yeah, it's a fun game, though. It still is fun. I just put so many hours into it. I tried to go back
Days.
to the campaign. I can't do it. But one of the best characters in a video game ever, too, is Trevor. So,
That's hard to say.
oof, he's a good one, though.
Why?
What do you mean?
Hello.
Why is it hard to say?
Because he's such a bad person.
I know, but it's a great
He's
acting.
an anti-hero, dude.
Yeah.
He's less than. I wouldn't even call him a hero, man.
And that
That's
actor,
why he's an anti-hero.
he's not an anti-hero. He's
I feel like
he's
there's
just
different.
a bad guy.
I feel like there's different levels of anti-hero, though.
The only thing he does good
In the
is
classic literal sense, he's an anti-hero.
No, 'cause he
you
doesn't-
cheer for him, but he has nothing. You have no reason to cheer for him because he's a piece of shit.
yeah, but he doesn't do anything good except for Michael, I guess. Yeah, he's buddies with Michael. He saves Michael all the time, but I don't know. That actor though, Westworld. He was in Westworld.
Who is he?
He was that top-hatted here I have to look it up, but he was okay. you know, how do I describe it? He was the bowler hat guy that would get shot and come back all the time, and he was a super ripped like dude with the mustache and a crazy beard on
Is
him.
he always nude?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's him. But I got to look up what his name was.
Okay.
I can't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
remember. But
Jim Richards the third.
Jim Richards.
Yes, hello. Nigel here. What else?
What have you been playing,
Let's
Darrell?
see.
Yeah, what have you been playing?
Wow. I've actually been... So I heard of a tournament that's going on next Wednesday. I forgot the date. Let's see here.
Next Wednesday.
24th.
Okay.
There's a 1080 tournament on N64.
Snowboarding.
It's 1080 snowboarding
Really?
tournament.
that's my favorite
It's
song.
free to enter.
Really? Where's this at?
And at Up Down. So I was like, Justin tagged me on Facebook like, hey, you should look into this. And I heard about it prior. And it just was a coincidence because I just so happened to be down in that area. I was at Uptown when he texted me, but yeah, I'm thinking about doing it.
You should. Is there an entry fee?
No.
Well, just do it.
I know, but I plugged it in yesterday.
I don't remember how to play that game.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It is so hard.
I know the controls are whacked.
It's like if somebody handed you a controller and it's drunk. That's
Yeah.
what it feels like.
Well, it's
because
that
I'm like
ups-
going straight and then it starts like pulling really hard to the right or left, and it's like
I remember being very good at that game, though, like knowing all the ins and outs of where to jump perfectly to cut the track so that you could get, you know, because once you get towards the end of that game, it gets really, really hard for like beating the computer. And I remember the move sets being attached to those yellow arrows on the freaking
Oh, I hated the
64
D-pad.
controller. Yeah. Yep. But I love that game. That's my favorite.
I was
summer
in
game.
training mode and I could not do a 720. I couldn't even do a 720.
I remember it being the level of getting into it was super hard. But once you got it down, it was okay. So that would be fun though. You should do it. The problem is everybody's gonna be like you, where they're like, "Fuck, I haven't played this game in like 10 years," and they're up there doing it. Some people do better than others, and then some stinky butthole is gonna walk through the door.
I've
that's
been playing this every day for
15
30 years.
Yeah, I know.
And just
do it blindfolded.
yeah, so
Without even trying.
he'll rock band it.
I was playing some Rocket League yesterday. I've been having fun with that. I popped into a round of PUBG and got absolutely smoked.
No,
Yeah,
but
that happens in
I
that
had a
game.
dream that I got to like number 4.
A dream.
Yeah.
and you didn't even win. In
I
your
didn't
game.
even win. I had a
That's just
shotgun.
kidding.
I was just crawling around and taking fools out. Next thing I know, I turn around, boom, and then I woke up. So,
I've been
God,
having
what
weird
else?
dreams when I do fall asleep the last couple of days.
I was playing
weird ones.
Cuphead 2 last night.
You said that.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Cuphead 2?
No, not the second one.
Cuphead as well?
Like TOO. Yes, Cuphead as well. I played the first boss fight and played it on expert and actually beat it the first try.
Oh, that's right. You were telling us that off.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. It's all good. Welcome.
Everything's
Welcome
blurring
back.
together. Well, dude, I'm like on lack of sleep this week. Yeah.
And I'm sure
So
you're
sorry.
watching a lot of shows too.
I've been watching a ton of stuff. I watched Ozark, which I highly recommend. You got to check that.
You
show.
hardly or highly?
highly. And then
Is it rated R?
yeah,
Okay.
Justin's seen it, or part
Not
of it.
all of
anyway.
it.
Yeah.
I've seen most.
Jason
half
Bateman.
of it.
Yeah, Jason Bateman. It's really awesome. It's like Breaking Bad with money laundering.
Jason Bateman.
Yeah. Arrested Development.
Arrested Development guy, yeah.
You know.
Okay.
Smoking Ace is the crazy lawyer, which is one of his best roles ever. What else have I watched? I watched Turbo Kid. You finally.
Finally.
Yeah, I just came across it. I'm like, Darrell would like me to watch this. And I was wide awake.
Was that on
So-
Netflix now?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Yeah.
I typed in movies like Turbo Kid, and the first one that came up was Power Rangers, the new
Go,
remake.
Power Ranger.
Wouldn't even know anything.
But I'm just saying, like that's I call Turbo Kid a rated R Power Rangers
I think Turbo Kid's like a.
with bikes.
It's like a making. It's the violence and the weirdness of. I mean, it's just crazy. I don't even know how to describe that movie. That was like I texted you after I was done. I was like, "That's the weirdest. That's the most odd thing I've ever watched in my life." But it was great. It was just making fun of everything. It's got the Tarantino blood spray for every kill, over the top everything. There's a dude gets his guts dragged out by a guy on a bicycle. And that's the thing. There's no vehicles. Everybody's riding BMX bikes and stuff.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest
Oh, yeah, that's
thing I've ever
right.
seen. And then, but Michael Ironside was great in that movie.
He's always
Yeah.
That's
he's
totally
always
like
a great
throwback.
villain.
But it was good. It had parts and it was like, it's good. That robot, what's her name?
That's a spoiler.
Is it? Oh, whatever. It's yeah, that's true. Sorry. Oh, whatever. Anyway, his girlfriend or whatever. She was awesome in the movie. Yeah, it was good. I liked it a lot.
How do I get it off? Oh, you don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you don't. And she just has that crackhead smile the whole time. It's freaking hilarious. Just wide-eyed and just like, yeah.
I actually
Yeah,
went and
good.
saw this in the theaters with Matt at
Really?
the Mall of America when it's like,
Oh, that's right.
yeah, it only ran for a little bit.
It was good. The music was good.
The music was
Yeah,
awesome.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was a fun time. I mean, it's not a great movie by any stretch of the imagination, but it's fun.
It knows what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very self-aware, so that's good. That's good.
Did you watch Kung Fury then?
No, never seen that
It's
movie.
it's 25 minutes on YouTube.
Yeah,
Kung
it's
Fury?
yeah. You should watch. That's even.
It's like Hotline Miami, but if I don't know, it's like pretty much just this huge mashup, and it's so over the top slapstick like action violence.
It's like a ninja cop who goes back in time with his T-Rex partner
To kill Hitler.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'll check that out then.
And Hitler's like a giant robot and
No, he's not.
giant.
He has a giant gold eagle that protects him.
Isn't that weird how your brain remembers stuff like that? Oh, speaking of that, I don't want to get off the subject, but I watched The Road again.
Why would you
sorry.
do that to yourself?
Because I watched that a long time ago and hated it. And I saw it on Netflix. I'm like, I'm going to give this another shot. I've been giving a lot of movies second chances, except for Star Wars. I'll never give them a second chance. But anyway, and it was exactly how I remembered it. It was really weird. There was no thing like, I'm like, whoa, that's really cool. Like, I was like, yeah, no, I remember this. And it was just an hour and a half of depression.
It's like movies.
Yeah.
Movies you only need to see once.
Yeah, but it's good. I mean, Viggo
looks
Mortensen in his
good.
bomb. That guy is awesome. And
I've been wanting to watch Eastern Promises again. Speaking of,
I didn't like that movie either.
Oh, really, dude?
No,
Oh,
I
that
hate
movie's the
and there's a
bomb.
Russian mob. You'd think I'd love that, but I was just like, no, I didn't like
That
it.
movie's bomb.
The only thing I liked is at the very end.
History of Violence.
History of Violence, yeah.
That one's pretty good.
Very slow moving.
Yeah, but it was good though. That's one of those
When it gets
movies
going,
that's-
it gets going though.
Yep. It felt like No Country for Old Men or like a movie like that
Exactly.
Fargo kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was very good. Yeah, I liked it. Viggo's awesome. He's a weirdo, but he's cool.
Yeah, you can kind of tell by the roles he takes.
But yeah, The Road. I forgot that he dies with like a half hour left, and he's just laying on the beach with his kid hanging out.
Oh, yeah,
with
and then
his dead
Guy
body.
Pearce comes and rescues his kid.
I didn't even remember.
That's right.
Yeah, that was crazy with
That's right.
crazy teeth. I'm like, oh my god, that's Guy Pearce.
That's
But yeah,
right.
it was just like the ending wasn't even good. Like it's just like Jesus. Like that was.
Cormac McCarthy,
I don't know.
original
Yeah,
author.
yeah. What
Yeah.
do you expect?
I did see that in the theater originally too. That's why I walked out of there. I was like, oh god, that put me in a great mood for the rest of the day. But yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen Ogg was the actor that's in Westworld and also played Trevor on Grand Theft Auto.
Okay.
So, and if you see him, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about.
I recently just rewatched Blade Runner 2049 again.
So did
last
I.
night. I think I almost blew up my stereo system
Mm-hmm.
trying to do so because I'm like, man, this thing, that movie's got some beef. If you got a sound system, it's one of the premier movies I think to get.
So good. It's so good. If you have a good sound system, it's something just to turn up.
It's
'Cause
gonna.
it's amazing.
Yeah, it's got some of the best sound and visuals of last year. I'd have to say.
For sure. I even liked it better the second time I watched it. Like a lot better. I was like, man, because I could watch all the little details and just I started paying attention to sound and how it was filmed and things like that.
I've seen it 3 times now.
Yeah, that's one of those movies I'll watch for the rest of my life. Like
One
here and there.
that is on my watch list. I do want to watch it. And we've mentioned it in the past, but Dunkirk. I gotta give it its due though. It's still
A lot
good
of people
movie.
said good things
Well,
about
it's
it.
Nolan, so I can't be horrible.
I almost bought it for $20, but I was like, Redbox it, because then what if I don't like it, or you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like you said, it is Nolan, so it's got to be worth something.
You can probably get a red box.
Yeah, I'll check it out. It is on Redbox, I think. That was the only thing. I went to Redbox the other day, tried to get a game or a movie or something because I wasn't having trouble sleeping. There was the only thing that I saw in there that I wanted to get was Dunkirk, and I didn't get, and I don't even really care that much, so I was like, yeah, and just went home. Watched Blade Runner. That's why I watched Blade Runner.
I thought you were gonna say Agents of Mayhem.
Nope. Their servers and everything are shutting down. Did you see that?
What?
They're completely shutting everything down. They're
Is that
just
the
like it was a
Saints Row
failure. Yep.
game?
Yep. It was
Really?
a utter failure, and they're just shutting it down. I think it's at the end of in a couple
It's
months.
run
it's
its
shut down.
course, I think.
Well, it was just horrible the way they did that, and it came out in the wrong time, and it just wasn't. They didn't describe it right. Like they didn't really tell you what the game was. You know, everybody thought it was like a Saints Row again, and that's not what the game is. It's like a horde mode thing where you fight bosses and level up your guy. It's weird.
Well, there is a space, like a free open world.
Free roam, yeah.
free roam.
It looked pretty barren to me though. When I was watching some gameplay, did you watch that gameplay of Monster Hunter show?
Yes.
I think I'm down.
I don't know.
I think I'm down, man.
I'll see. Maybe.
And you have to remember that was a high level something he was going after it. He had all that gear. That was a long way into the game. So I think it'd be cool to
Yeah,
start
but
out.
just like some of the mechanics, like he's eating bugs to gain stuff, and like it's so fantastical. It's I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's something new.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For
It's not
sure.
that-
It's an original. Well, yeah.
I mean, for me anyway, I've never played one, so it looks like something I can maybe, get
Reminds
into.
me of like a Tales game or like a Chrono Cross.
Yep.
Like a free, but you know what I mean?
Yep.
More of a button masher.
It looks like kind of like Dark Souls too. I mean,
yeah.
it's like hard.
Probably will be hard as Dark Souls.
Well, the
or
video
close
I
to
sent
it.
him, what was it, like a half hour of dude fighting one monster?
Yeah.
Like it was like holy moly. But
Plus, they time you. You only get like 2 hours.
or they go back to sleep and regain
Yeah.
it. Yeah. But if you have like a crew running with you, I think it'd be cool.
It reminds me of that World of Warcraft famous one, Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Did he just run in there?
Yeah, he just runs it. Everybody's trying to like master plan to go into this dungeon. Or
All
whatever.
right,
And
we
he's
have a
like,
38
Leroy Jenkins, and you can see this character just run by, and he runs in and starts the
He's
whole
like,
thing.
oh my God! Did he go in there?
Yeah.
This is bad.
Yeah.
This is bad.
And then what did he say at the very end? They're like, "You're an idiot," and he's like, "At least I have." What the hell did he say? And it just left it off. It was freaking hilarious. Oh man, yeah, look it up, Leroy Jenkins, if you get a chance.
Dude, I read it on like some Facebook thing. That was already 10 years ago.
World
What?
of Warcraft
They're-
or Leroy Jenkins?
That. Yeah. They're
Really?
like, oh, it's the 10th anniversary of Leroy Jenkins. I'm like,
Ow.
damn, dude.
Getting old.
That's crazy.
The days of our lives.
Yeah, like time,
Yep.
like screens through this hourglass that you put in front of my face.
Sand going through the hour shape.
Is that a
thing.
metaphor for tomorrow, Daryl? Is that what you're trying to tell me? My time is running out.
No, I'm just not a big fan of daytime sitcoms. So
Who is?
Soap
Somebody
operas.
is. They're still on.
Yeah, that's true.
Retirees.
I actually like flip through every once in a while. I'll catch Price is Right,
When
I'm up. and then you flip through and it's these soap operas, and then you look up and it's, or you're watching it and then you look up and the soap opera's on.
Yeah.
Bob
And it's
Barker.
these same actors. Pretty
Yeah, a
much
lot of
from
them.
When I was a kid,
Bob Barker is an awesome guy.
that's
still
Drew Carey
alive?
now though.
He's still around, right?
think
I
he's
don't
still
know.
alive. I think he's still alive.
Hey Siri, is Bob Barker alive?
You don't have. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's still
84?
around.
He's 94 years
94?
old. Bob Barker
Dang,
was
man.
born December 12th, 1923, and is 94 years old.
One of the first celebrities I remember getting in trouble for spanking butt,
Oh yeah.
being out
Dude,
of line.
all those guys. Who's
Nothing
the
ever
guy
happened to him,
Who's
though.
the guy in Family Feud and Running Man who always used to kiss everybody on the lips?
Oh yeah,
Richard Dawson.
Yeah, from MASH too. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Are you sure not referring to Richard Dawkins?
Dawson. No, it's Dawson.
No,
Okay.
no, I'm not.
Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy Jenkins.
That was funny. Oh, I got to show you a video later too that made me laugh so hard.
Oh, no.
I was crying, but I can't really describe it. Right. I don't even know why I said that when I was
Thank you.
trying to describe
Wonderful.
it. Well, I was
Wonderful.
gonna play it for him, and I'm like, yeah, you probably shouldn't.
I wanted to tell you about there was a gamer or summer game or not just games done quick that happened like last week or something like that. Somebody did Resident Evil 7. They speed run it,
Really?
and I think it was like under an hour and 30 minutes.
Maybe I
The
saw,
whole game.
I saw the thumbnail of that on YouTube. I think is that
Yeah.
what they were doing as a
Yeah.
speed run?
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
The dude kills it.
Really?
He's like skipping cutscenes and doing all. I don't know how you figure that out. You know what I mean? In this next room, he needs to clip into the wall, and then after he does that, he's gonna render himself useless, and then clip into the next load. Or it's just like, God, I thought I was nerdy. It's
Yeah.
just like that's some commitment.
Well, like I say, people on the internet are oftentimes partially mentally unstable. Case in point, one or two of us at least. So.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, Turbo Kid I liked it, man.
It was. I didn't think you would because it got kind of sappy near the
It's
end.
long.
But like the lead up to it is pretty good. Like if you think about it, The Force Awakens and that movie have the same openings. So he's a trader. He trades
True.
goods in. He has like the same storefront where he trades it in.
He
He
has
gets
all
a
the
comic.
toys of like the stuff. Yeah, that's true. It's kind of like Ray because all of a sudden he can fight for no reason.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like its own weird meta Star Wars, which I'm sure I'll get slammed for saying that. But
You know the bad guy with the skull mask and the blades.
yeah.
That reminds me of a character that's been in something else. Like I've seen that shot before, unless it was promotional material for Turbo Kid, and I just didn't know. I thought it was like an '80s movie or something. But I remember that it was pretty good. Yeah, Michael Ironsides. He's so over the top, just goofy with his acting. It's
Humans are made of 90% water
Yeah.
or something. That's.
Yeah.
Do you remember that movie, Justin?
It was a while ago, man.
Yeah, we did watch it a
I
long
should
time
watch it
ago.
again.
It was good.
You want to
Anyway.
watch it again?
Would I watch it again? It's a long
Want to watch it again?
Want to watch it again?
It's a long movie, man. I gave
Such a good movie.
it. I don't know.
Hell yeah. Wow. We're going to take another break. We'll be back.
Bond. James Bond.
I love it.
Dude, that
Reminds
brings
me-
you back.
Reminds me of killing a lot of my friends in that game.
Odd
What
Job.
game is that?
GoldenEye, baby.
GoldenEye 007.
And what are we going to talk about today?
We're going to talk about our favorite James Bond movies, villains, actual Bonds, Bond villains, Bond women. We're just going to talk about James Bond for
Maybe
a
a
while. 'Cause
maybe
we
a
have
Bond
problem-
car.
Best Bond car,
I
absolutely.
have one.
I
Bail
do too.
bonds?
Maybe some worst of all those too, because there's definitely some bad ones.
I think there's more than that are good, I think. In my mind.
Probably.
I've seen a lot of them, but we've been talking about doing this for a while. Was one of the requests we got originally back in the day. So
Yeah,
back
this
in the
is
day.
a fan request.
Justin's
from-
got
yeah.
the encyclopedia of
Yeah.
James
I
Bond.
do have
does.
my DK books, James Bond Encyclopedia. Dude, this was released
It actually is pretty
probably
cool.
15 years ago. I think I got it at a book fair or something. I
Hardcover,
don't
too.
know. Oh yeah, there's the dust sleeve over there. You take
On the-
that off though. You don't want to rip that. The dust jacket. Don't
Wow.
rip those.
Dust jacket.
Wow. Justin's kind of our resident James Bond expert, wouldn't you
Film.
say, Justin?
Filmer. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
more of a film guy, but I know quite a bit.
Not
I've
the
seen a lot of
books.
James Bonds in my life.
Yeah, I think GoldenEye started it off for me.
Really?
Probably.
That's
and
the
then,
first James Bond you ever saw?
No, that wasn't the first one, but that's kind of like right around when I started getting into them. I remember there was a no, it wasn't Movie Gallery because that was before then. It was one of those offbeat, probably local Minnesota brand movie stores.
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Oh, this Minnesota store.
Did you
Go
drive
get
down the road?
movie. The road.
Drove down the road.
Grab your bag, get in the car, and go down the road.
God.
And I remember it was my parents' account. And I'm like, guys, can you give me account access? I want to be able to go up and get James Bond movies and stuff. And, I was 12 or 10, so obviously they wouldn't just let me do it. So you had to have an account password. And we chose for our family password, it was James Bond. So I'd go in there, I'd grab 2-3 James Bond movies and be like, oh yeah, James Bond's password. And I'd go home and watch 2 or 3 of them in a night. So yeah, I've watched a few of them.
Have you ever heard of James Pond, the NES remix?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember those with the
Yes.
fish.
Yes.
Yep.
The fish.
My introduction to James Bond was when I was probably 8 or 9 years old, I suppose. I was looking through my dad's stack of VCR tapes, which was a little sketchy back in the day. But Diamonds Are Forever was one of them. James
Good
Bond.
one.
And that's still to this day is still my favorite Bond, even though it's not the greatest. But to me, it's the best because it reminds me of Sean Connery. It was 1971, so it's dated at that time. But it was, I think that was probably my favorite one. Good villain, pretty decent story, good Bond girl.
Yeah,
But
it
that
is
was-
kind of one of the really classic ones.
Yeah.
Like when people say their top 5, it's usually in there.
Jill St. John was his partner, redheaded. She played Tiffany Case. And the bad chick in it was Lana Wood. She played Plenty O'Toole. Which, if you look down a list of these Bond girls, it's pretty hilarious.
I'm looking at the book and there's a picture of Plenty here and the caption is, "Hi, I'm Plenty." Bond replied, "But of course you are."
Yeah, but of course you are. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was the first Blofeld too. He's the guy
Yeah,
who
Blofeld.
they based
He was
Dr.
in-
Evil off
that's
of.
right.
With
That's
the cat.
Feminists
That's right.
don't like James Bond.
Well,
Whatever.
yeah, he doesn't get away with what he does.
They used to like
nowadays.
him until it became cool to not like him.
So
Where did you get introduced to it?
I'm looking at the list right now, and I know through being over at my grandma's house, she loved movies, and we always watched movies, and she had all the classics on all the time. I forgot there was like a TCM Turner Classic Movies channel.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
I didn't know what I was watching specifically, but I've seen some of the movies with Sean Connery, what they were. It was just on cable. You know what I mean? No one actually like really bought them. And my aunt was in the movies too, and she didn't get into the old ones. At least she didn't keep them around the house. So if I was exposed to some of the older ones, it was definitely just
On TV.
on cable.
With commercial breaks and interruptions.
The
and
whole
walking
9
away
yards.
and-
So that's why I haven't had like a huge connection to it until I realized that there was a console where you had 4 controllers that could get plugged into it at once, and you can kill your buddies in this little game called GoldenEye.
Far superior to that movie of the same name, in
I
my
don't-
opinion.
I-
I hated GoldenEye.
Are you kidding me?
No, I did not
okay,
like
well,
that movie.
We'll come back
but we'll
to
get
that,
into it.
Because, I'm going to have to punch you in the face for that.
I like the game at least. I just didn't. Yeah, we'll get into it.
So with
but-
that being said, when I look back on the page here, some of the old movies, like I remember Goldfinger, but
Well, Goldfingers, that's probably one of my
Moonraker
favorites.
is one that I remember as well.
I remember the name. I don't know that I've
The
seen
one where
it
he's in
more than.
space with the lasers. Jaws is in
I don't-
there. And
Oh, is that where Jaws is? Okay.
I know
Jaws
in
is in like
1980
3 or 4 of them, though, I think.
I know in 1983 it was kind of like a weird time, but Octopussy, really, we're gonna name.
I can't believe
Yeah.
some
That
of the
got
stuff that they get away with. in
Yeah.
it. Like Pussy Galore. What? Like
Yeah.
the first time I heard that, I thought it was a joke.
And it's PG.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Right? You can show it in a school.
It's hilarious, but it's weird. I didn't realize how many Bond movies were made before I was born.
Dude, they've been going for a while, man.
It started. When was the first one made? Was made in
Dr. No.
1962.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep,
Yeah,
Dr.
Dr.
No.
And started off with the best Bond there was, right out of the gate. Sean
That's what
Connery.
I was going to ask, yeah.
That's my
So,
favorite Bond.
I
Pierce
agree.
Brosnan is close because he's really good as Bond.
Pierce Brosnan's the best modern Bond.
But the movies that he was in stunk.
Yeah.
For the most part. There was
Just-
some good ones.
Describe modern. I mean, those aren't super
He has
modern.
cell phones and, like, tech and stuff, I guess.
suppose.
I don't know.
They all
Just
did,
made
though.
in the last... I would say Timothy Dalton is modern Bond.
I didn't like Timothy Dalton.
Timothy Dalton sucks.
Yeah.
But then again, 80s are weird, and you put anything in that context, and... Plus,
it,
he's just...
it took until Pierce Brosnan for me to be like, that's Bond again. Like,
Yeah.
because Sean Connery, when he was done and they started using these other guys, I'm like,
You and digging on Roger
Yeah.
Moore at all?
actually, not really.
Rest
no.
in peace.
And actually, that was not the first James Bond. There was a black and white James Bond with a completely different actor. It was like 19.
That was Casino Royale, the original Casino Royale.
Was it? Okay, then I'm thinking, okay.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, and then there's that George Lazenby. He did one.
Yep. He was a model. And they's like, whoa, he's a good looking guy. And they put him in there and he like stunk as
no,
an actor.
he has no stage presence.
I'm looking at these License to Kill. Ick.
Yeah, Living Daylights.
ooh.
Ick.
Bad.
Live
A
and Let Die,
View to
ick.
Kill.
Well, that's the one
was
with Christopher Walken.
Oh, was it?
Bond.
That's right.
I'm gonna shoot you, and then
You
nobody
die.
will remember you.
You die.
And your legacy, it's gone.
It won't
gone.
hurt very much. Just for
Forever.
a little while.
Jaws, grab him.
Odd job. Throw your hat.
Yeah, that was a good one because they're on the Zeppelin and stuff. And
Yep.
When I played
Now
Golden,
I'm starting to remember that.
when I played GoldenEye on N64, I specifically made you couldn't use odd job.
No, if you played as Odd Job, you were
You were cheating
yeah,
ass.
Yeah.
Stop, quit it.
Don't be using
Yeah,
odd
because
job.
wasn't he shorter?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
dude.
you couldn't line up his headshots because he would come run around the corner. He'd
Yeah.
be too
Yeah,
short.
he'd come around and just like karate chop you in the.
And there's
in
like
the
no way to
groin.
subtly aim downward.
Yeah. Dude, the
At all.
controls and that. I played that again
Oh, it's
a couple years ago.
It
I
is
was
not
I was
aged
stone
well.
sober and I'm like, did I just drink in between me and picking up this controller? Like,
Dude, it's like how did I do this?
Yeah, I
And I
know.
remember knowing that game backwards and forwards. Like the campaign even I played over and over
Complex
and over.
was my favorite.
there's some really good levels in there.
I like the opening when you're coming out of the ceiling into the bathroom.
That's the best level.
That's the best one.
Yeah.
I really love it. I like
So that
well,
was level 2, right?
I like
But that's-
rating the base too though with the
But that's
rocket
in
launchers.
GoldenEye, the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was more
There's a
fun.
lot of
It
them.
was more fun in the game.
There's a lot of them.
But it still gets me excited thinking about the game and then watching the movie. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, see, I saw the
remember
movie
this.
first, and then the game came out. I'm like,
What's wrong with the movie?
I just didn't like it. It wasn't. Although,
What about the tank going through town?
I mean, it was okay. It was okay, but it wasn't. When I went and saw it, it looked like I remember seeing the trailers, like, holy cow, Bond, and it was different than what I thought it was going to be for some reason. Maybe it's one of those movies I should revisit again and just
I have
maybe
it.
try
You
to
should.
watch it.
It's good.
Wasn't Famke Janssen in that one?
Yes.
That's my favorite villain Bond girl. Period.
Xenia.
Yep, that's my favorite one.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. That one had a great cast because it had what's his name from Game of Thrones as the bad guy, Ned Stark. What's that actor's name?
That's right. Yes. See, maybe it's just been so long since I've seen him. But it also had that guy, I'm invincible. That stupid guy. I think that's what threw me off. I didn't like that part, but I don't know. Famke Janssen, though, but it's like, damn.
Sean Bean, yeah.
Yeah, Sean Bean. Didn't she like kill guys? She'd like squeeze them with her thighs?
Yeah, dude, she's like kind of like a dominatrix.
Yeah.
There's that one where she was like doing that sea captain in the boat and
just crunched them.
she like crunched. He's like, I can't breathe.
Of course, though, James Bond's like making out with her in the sauna.
Oh, yeah, and then he drops her butt on the coals.
And then just doesn't he just knock her out when she starts squeezing him? He just punches her in the face. It's like, well, it'd be cool if anybody else would have thought of that way out of that.
Yay for equality.
Yeah, Bond is
pretty
the
much.
best feminism kind of.
But then it gets Tomorrow Never Dies was okay. The
all
World
right.
Is Not Enough was not good.
Garbage.
Die Another Day was horrible.
Oh, yeah.
With
I
the
don't-
diamond bad guy and Halle Berry as Jinx.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Die Another Day.
Oh,
It had a car
that's
chase scene
probably
on
one
a
of the
frozen
worst.
lake, dude. Come on.
Come on.
Oh yeah,
with
that's right.
with like 1,000 horsepower Aston Martins, like that would even work. And then we moved into the Daniel Craig. After it took 4 years.
That was dead. MGM folded.
Yep.
United Artists folded, I think, all on that. And then somebody who's doing it now? They picked it up.
It's called Bond 25 at the moment. It's slated for a 2019 release date.
Oh, there's a new one now coming out.
Well,
too?
his last one, I believe.
Daniel Craig's.
They were
Okay.
talking about Idris Elba taking over. That would be awesome.
I've heard about that. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Well, he's a badass, so.
He is, and he's perfect for
And he's
that
British.
role. Like he's perfect for that role. So Casino Royale came out, and it was a reboot of the whole series. That was their idea, and it was like I was skeptical about seeing this, and I went in, and I loved it. I liked the bad guy in it. The Bond girls.
Are you
were
talking
great in
about Dark Tower?
it. Yeah, Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. And then
Well, they took a different turn. They made it more serious. It's kind of like what they did with like all the movies. It's like, all right, we're taking a more darker, serious tone. It's not going to be campy.
Well,
there's hardly any camp in any of the Daniel Craig movies.
See, the Daniel Craig ones, that's the one thing that bothers me about it is he's so angry. He's like not. There's no like really.
Well, because
like,
they've set it all up in Casino Royale. Why is
Well, what about that torture scene with Galen Erso?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Don't you remember that?
Yeah, he was the bad guy. Urso from Star Wars or from Rogue One, the dad.
Yeah, he was the bad guy in Casino Royale.
He's in that upcoming Kojima game too.
Oh yeah, that Mickelson dude, right?
Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he had that
He's-
scarred
he's
eye,
super creepy.
and he would always rub it.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
drip blood
Yeah,
and stuff when
yeah.
he's nervous or something.
I've never seen anything that brutal in a Bond movie, personally.
That-
when they strapped him to the chair with a rope.
Oh, and
the
they're beating
ball.
the hell out of his
Ooh,
balls.
Yeah,
with that, oh.
that was tough. I brought my mom to that movie, and that's what she's like. I didn't like that movie
He's
after
just
that
laughing, spitting, and
because it's dark.
It
It
is.
takes a really weird
it's
turn.
like Hostel, the Bond movie.
It was like unnecessarily dark, like in Too Fast, Too Furious. They put a rat on some dude's stomach with like a bucket, start heating it up. If you remember
I've
that.
heard about that. Yeah, and then
in
knock
a
their way out of your stomach.
PG-13
It's like a classic.
movie.
I wouldn't know because I didn't watch anything after the second Fast and Furious. anymore.
That was the second one.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't
Too
remember.
Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah.
It's been so long ago.
The other brutal scene in Casino Royale is when he's giving himself that heart.
Yeah, he gets poisoned.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the car when he's chasing down trying to save that chick and comes flying over that hill and she's laying right in the middle of the road.
Oh yeah.
And he rolls the car.
Yeah, the movie was brutal.
It was good though. It was like, wow, this is Casino Royale to me was one of the weaker stories I remember in James Bond. It was a cool story, but it was like not one of the most
It's original.
action-packed. Right.
No, it's a slow burn.
And they did it really well.
But you gotta give it its due, too.
Then came Quantum of Solace, which
Step back.
a step back, and then Skyfall came, which is even a bigger step back in my opinion.
Is Skyfall the one with the Day de la Muertes, the Day of the Dead?
No, that was Quantum of Solace, I believe.
Ooh, was it? It was the Javier Bardem one, wasn't it?
Oh.
No, it was the one where they
Javier
were doing
Bardem
the
was in Skyfall.
they were doing the free running. He was chasing that dude at the beginning of the movie. Which
Yeah,
one was that?
that was Quantum.
Or was that Casino Royale? When they're in like Africa and he's free running and chasing that dude.
Maybe it was. Maybe it was.
Wow.
I don't know. We don't. Yeah.
There's only going to be 25 Bond films.
I know.
So.
We can't look up everything. And then it went to Spectre. Awful. I hated that movie.
Yeah, I liked Skyfall better than Spectre.
Absolutely. And I didn't really like Skyfall.
I think Skyfall. I think that's the one I'm thinking of because that's the last one I saw in theaters.
probably.
Same here. Yeah. It might have been Skyfall. Now
I don't think I
about
saw
it.
Spectre in theaters.
I don't think
rented
I've
it.
seen the whole thing yet.
Yeah, I think I own it on Blu-ray. And I watched it one time. I was like, ugh. No, it's Skyfall. That's the one that threw me off. And then I saw Spectre somehow, and I was like, man, that was just not good. It's like you can definitely tell that Daniel Craig's like getting sick of playing it.
Oh, I think he's publicly said that. He's
I said like
I'm
2
ready to
movies ago. He's like, I don't want to do this again.
Well, I'm sure the training and regimen for it's brutal.
Yeah.
He's a freaking
I don't know if
animal
Spectre's a movie.
Isn't it?
I'm looking on James Bond movie. Hang on a second.
now. Well, I think Skyfall wasn't Skyfall the last one that came out?
No, Spectre.
What do you look?
Skyfall was.
2015 Spectre. That's what it says here on IMDb.
IDDBB?
Yeah, whatever that means. Skyfall was in 2012. Spectre is 2015. It was Bond girl was Madeleine Swan.
Yep.
Spectre
You're
is
right.
the most recent film in the James Bond series.
Who was the bad guy in that one then?
It reintroduced Ernst Stavio Blofeld. Remember, it was that dude from Inglourious Bastards, the bad German guy. What's his name?
Oh, I just saw him on. Oh man, well, I can't remember his name. You have the.
And Django.
Yeah.
He was in that too. After more than a 40-year absence, so they brought back Blofeld with the cat and
Dude,
everything.
he's one of the best Bond villains there is because he kind of overarcs like a lot of the
Yeah, he's like
the
he's like the
storylines.
dude in the background. He's the like on Inspector Gadget. He's the bad guy just sitting in the
He's
background.
pulling the strings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that guy.
Yeah.
I'll get you, Gadget. That was really. That was
really good.
That's what
Holy
happens. when-
shit,
That's when you
dude.
smoke for 25 years. That's what happens.
Get you, gadget.
Yeah, and he always had to take off in some kind of ship or something. His car would turn into something and he'd escape. I don't know. I'd say Pierce Brosnan. Man, Sean Connery first in my book. Then it goes Pierce Brosnan for best Bond, I believe.
I would agree.
Daniel Craig, I could do or do without him. He could have been any other actor in those movies to me. Casino Royale, he did good, but he's so serious. There's no levity to him. Like Bond would always joke with people and has some smart ass comment to come back.
That's how movies were being.
It's
That
more
was like right around
grounded.
Dark Knight, man. Everything was getting rebooted in a dark way.
Yeah, and
But
grounded.
I still don't like it though because even in the Pierce Brosnan ones, he still had little quips that he would say
True.
and stuff like that, and they were still serious.
Little
I mean,
puns.
you know, people were dying in those too. But I don't know. What's our favorite Bond girl? Like a good girl, not the bad one. We're not going to talk about the enemy one.
Oh.
I mean, we can say whatever. Who's your favorite Bond girl? There's a lot of them. I'm
Why
just
don't
gonna
you give us some names.
All right.
Why don't you start narrowing them down?
we're gonna go with number 1, Honey Rider. It was in the very first one. She's a Swiss actress, Ursula Andress. And
Oh yeah,
she
she's
started
pretty
it off.
classic. That's
Classic, like a
Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body.
And then there was Sylvia Trench. That just sounds bad. Let's see here. Zora, Pussy Galore. Man, Honor Blackman. That was her name. In Goldfinger, 1964. It was the first time I ever heard a character name, and I couldn't believe they actually put it in a
I
movie.
know, right? Dude, she was awesome too, man.
Yeah, she was.
She's kind of a little badass.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I would have to say my favorite is the other girl in Goldfinger, the one who ends up getting covered in the gold. Because I was a kid.
She's right.
Jill Masterson.
Yep, Jill Masterson. Yep.
When I was a kid, I saw that and I'm like, dang, that is like one of the
Yeah, that was
prettiest
like his
girls
chick.
I've
and he
ever
screwed it.
seen.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's my favorite is number 11 on the list of Bond girls. Dink.
I don't remember Dink.
I don't either. Her name was Margaret Nolan. She was in Goldfinger. So I don't know.
She's just a very minor character.
Yep.
Oh, interesting.
But Dink.
Dink.
That's hilarious. Kissy Suzuki. Let me. I give you one chance to guess her nationality.
Yeah,
in these
I'm
old
sure
ass
they were
movies.
really thinking outside the box on that
Yeah.
one.
Yep. Ling.
Plenty O'Toole.
Yes, Plenty O'Toole. I still think my favorite Bond chick is Famke Janssen as a bad.
You said
bad
no
one.
bad.
Well, you said so. I said whatever. Do whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
And then I think the good one is Tiffany Case from Diamonds Are Forever.
What about
Oh no way is that real?
What about Chew Me?
Holy mackerel! I thought that said something else when you first showed that to me because I don't have my glasses on.
Chewy.
I'm glad I didn't say it out
It's
loud.
an Asian girl named Chew Me.
Oh,
Hey, why not?
Thumper. I remember Thumper,
Thumper.
from Diamonds Are Forever. She was the bad chick. She was like beat up James Bond all the time. Just sexy African female.
You're not going to be able to compete
Holly
with
Goodhead.
mine.
Holly Good.
Holly Goodhead.
Oh, that's
Moonraker. She's the one who went into space with Roger Moore.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Ava Green is my favorite.
Oh, this was another one. I remember having a crush on this chick in Moonraker. Corinne Dufour. She ended up getting eat apart by the wolves. Or by that dude's dogs.
I don't remember that.
Do you remember? Oh, I remember being so frightened of this.
I was
like
so
she was like
frightened.
an assistant to this guy, and he like had these dogs that would attack and demand, and she betrayed him over Bond, and he ended up like sicking the dogs on her. And I saw it as a kid, and I was like, "Damn, dude,
I don't
it's
remember
messed
that.
up."
There's James Bond has slept with so many women. There's actually a Bond girl, and they just call her Log Cabin Girl because it was from The Spy Who Loved Me. Oh, that's funny.
You guys totally dismissed my pick.
I heard it, but then just what was it? Who was it again?
Ava Green.
Ava Green.
Oh yeah, she was the one in Casino Royale that ended up dying. That started it all off.
Oh yeah. Who was the chick in Goldeneye?
She didn't die.
Yeah, didn't she drown in the house that was collapsing?
Oh, that's
That's
right.
right, at the
She was
very
like
end,
his
huh?
love, and she
Yeah,
was the one
that's
who
what-
started.
no,
it.
No, but she
what's-
betrayed him, though.
Yeah, but it still started him off on this path of revenge, which is basically all they ever do.
That's all right.
Who was the lady in Goldeneye? That was the Wild Things movie lady. Married to Charlie Sheen for a while.
That wasn't Goldeneye. That was Tomorrow Never Dies with, and that was what's her name? Oh, I just saw her on here. Give me 1 second here. Denise Richards.
Denise Richards. that's
Dr.
right.
Christmas Jones.
That's
I thought
right.
Christmas only came once a year.
That's right. Oh,
True line.
Bond.
True line. As only Bond could deliver it.
line.
True line.
In your opinion, what's the best line in a James Bond movie that you can recall? I know what it is. I know what the answer is, but I just want to hear it. Oh, that's right, man. Michelle Yeoh was in it too. She was
Yeah, she was
Wai-Lan.
in Tomorrow Never Dies.
That's right. Terry Hatcher.
Yep. Oh, she
Yeah.
she's the one that got poisoned
Yep.
by her husband.
Denise
That's right.
Richards. The World Is Not Enough. Yep. Electra King. I forgot about her. Sophie Marceau. Ooh. Yeah, she was hot. She was the one with the no ear. Remember her ear was gone?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
Yep.
right.
Dr. Molly Warm Flash.
What?
Yep. Serena Scott Thomas. The World Is Not Enough.
My favorite line has to be a martini, shaken, not stirred.
Oh, that's a pretty good one.
I think, no, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. That's the best line. in
that's a
James.
good one.
It's so good because it's iconic. Every time you see it, you're like, yep, I remember that. Miranda.
That was Goldfinger when he's
That
at
wasn't
Laser Point
that
out.
wasn't from Bond.
I didn't mean that. I meant
Oh,
any
okay.
Bond line. Miranda Frost. Remember her? Die Another Day. Rosamund
Oh
Pike.
yeah.
She was awesome. Who else here? We got Eva Green. Oh, that's right. Ava Green. Duh. Vesper Lynn. That was her name in there. Yeah.
She was so deceitful.
Yeah, she was.
She was like his best friend for the whole movie, and then she ended up betraying him.
Yeah.
Like that threw me for a loop.
Strawberry Fields.
That was
Oh,
that was a
jeez.
name.
That was.
Let
one
me
of the
guess, she's a redhead.
Yes, she is.
Why wouldn't she be?
Let's see. And then there's another one, Bond's Lover. all
That's
it
just
says.
the name of
Yeah.
the character.
Say, is
Yeah.
is GoldenEye the only game that you played?
Oh no, dude.
What was the next one where you could play? It was on the ski slopes. Remember that?
That was Tomorrow Never
Okay,
Dies.
that was those
But
two.
the best one, actually, I think better than GoldenEye, because they'd kind of refined it, Rarehead, because
Yeah.
they had a chance to do Perfect Dark and some other games, was The World Is Not Enough. It had a blue cartridge. It was very
Yep.
similar to Bond.
I remember the
GoldenEye.
the snowmobile level.
It was really good, man. I played that a lot of it, and you could like set up like private little like make your own like matchmaking and stuff. So you could
Oh,
just
really?
Maybe
set
that's what I'm
yourself up with
thinking of.
bots.
Maybe that's
that
what I'm
one was
thinking of.
bomb.
Was that the last one before Perfect Dark?
No, they did Perfect Dark after GoldenEye, I believe.
Yeah.
After GoldenEye?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because it was the same engine, right?
Yeah.
That game was the shit too.
They're gonna remake it. It's coming out
How many different times do they need to?
next gen.
Perfect Dark Zero,
Next
Rare
gen.
Replay.
There's gonna be an iteration. We can talk about that next week.
I love this website. I'm just going to say this, IMDb, because it went straight from the top 75 Bond girls right into the top Bond cars.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
I remember mine. It's the BMW. It was one in GoldenEye. The
The red
convertible.
one.
No, I thought it was blue.
Was it the Z8 or whatever that is? Or
Yeah, I
Z4?
believe so.
That was the first time anybody ever saw that car.
Yeah, I remember I had a little diecast of that thing, and I'm like, man, when I grow up, I want one of those so freaking bad. I could probably actually get one right now. Probably wouldn't be that expensive.
Yeah, that
20-year-old car.
Well, I just closed everything. That was cool.
Hey, Justin, are we recording?
Of course we are.
Okay, good.
Just make sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Shut up, Gerald.
So, what was everybody's favorite Bond car? Does anybody remember? Other than Justin just said it, I think.
Well, the classic is Aston Martin DB5.
It's true. That is true. That's one of his first. Was it DB5?
Yep.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
I just want to say that mine was a Z3.
Z3. That's right. Yep.
It's the one he's cruising around in Cuba on.
Yeah, that's right.
At the end of the movie before he goes to the satellite dish, which is actually in Puerto Rico, and I want to see it. If it's still there, I don't know if it is anymore. I had a chance to, and I didn't, and I should have.
I've actually ridden in one of those cars. I was like,
Yeah?
oh, yeah.
Oh,
I remember.
jeez.
I remember it was like
Z3 Roadster.
The only thing is it didn't. It was kind of a crappy car.
Oh, I'm sure.
One just for looks is the Lotus E-Spirit. The one.
Esprit?
Esprit, the one that had turned into a submarine. That was pretty badass.
yeah, that's
that was.
right.
And the Roger
Dude.
Moore, The Spy Who Loved Me.
He had Mercury Cougars. He had AMC. Let's see here. The Bentley. The very first James Bond car was the Sunbeam Alpine. That's what started it off in 1962, and then it went to the Bentley Mark IV in the next movie. And oh no, wait a second. Bentley Mark IV was in 1935. So never mind. This just has them out of order. So I'm sorry. That was my bad. I'd have to say, man, there's a lot of good ones.
What about the flying AMC Matador from Man with the Golden Gun? Another good movie.
True. Or the Hornet, the AMC Hornet that he flips over a lake and lands on the other side. Yeah, he does like a barrel roll. No, do a barrel roll. Okay.
Do a barrel roll.
I like this one.
Good luck.
Number 10 is the Essex Lotus Spree Turbo in 1981, and the picture of it is it's on fire. That's
So
the
was
picture
that
of
like
the
Living
car.
Daylights or something?
For
then?
your eyes only.
Oh,
in
yeah.
that.
I think that was the last Roger Moore one.
Oh my God, they have a Citroën he did, a 3-wheeled Baja, Renault Taxi, Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud. Man, that's a nice car too.
Did you guys play any of the PS2 James Bond games? I'm sorry, I'm just pulling.
Well,
for
I
games.
think
I'm just looking at them like, wow, a lot of these were not bad. Like Agent Under Fire came out in 2001. That was really fun. I remember playing the hell out of that game. And then there was a remake of GoldenEye, wasn't there? GoldenEye Rogue Agent. It was similar.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I didn't play a
I
ton
think
of
they
that.
basically just kind of put a new coat on it, added some levels, and messed it up.
And then after that, they got bold and decided to do a standalone From Russia with Love featuring, God damn it, why am I blanking on his name? Sean Connery. They went right. Weird. Yeah. And then you had Nightfire.
Yep, I remember Nightfire.
Nightfire was badass too.
They had some car racing ones too. I think like Bond Racing or.
I don't remember any of these games.
The racing one came out on PlayStation originally in 2000. 007 Racing, yeah.
Yep. That sucked.
The early
cool
iterations,
cars.
they have like a Goldfinger, A View to Kill, 1985.
What were those on?
I don't know. I'm just kind of
Probably
figuring.
like emulator or like ROMs and stuff.
Like the first one that was based off of a spy movie was called Sly Spy in 1989. Then you have the Living Daylights game, the Spy Who Loved Me game, and they all look very rough.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Officially, my favorite James Bond car is a tie between his BMW 750iL, the remote control one where he is steering it from behind in Tomorrow Never Dies, and the Aston Martin V12 Vanquish from Die Another Day. Even though that movie stunk, the one they were racing on the ice, still the sickest looking Aston
that
Martin
thing is
they ever
sweet.
made. Okay, here's another question. Favorite Bond villain?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Go for it. You go first.
Me?
Yep.
Well, I don't know. One of my favorites was always Jaws, just because he
You
was
took
cool.
it from me.
Yeah,
I mean, he has metal teeth. You're a kid, and it's Richard Keel, and you know.
That dude's huge.
Oh, I believe that's Mr. Gilmore's.
Yeah, that's great. I forgot about that.
And I just like how he always changed. Granted, he got a little bit cheesy. Like I remember Moonraker, he ends up like falling in love with like a girl with braces and glasses, like on
Are
a
you serious?
spaceship. And it was kind of cheesy, but it's like, you know, the character was who he was, and he changed, and he always came back, and he was always interesting. He didn't seem to die.
Yeah, that's the thing. He was like a Terminator, basically.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Let's see here. There's a lot of them.
Well, because you always have your main villains, then you have like their soldiers, and then like the soldiers have their henchmen, and I mean, yeah, there's scores of them.
I gotta find that.
Like I said, Blofeld is always good just because he was pivotal to, just kind of the whole series.
Overall, go ahead.
Scaramanga from Man with the Golden Gun.
Yep.
Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee busts his heart.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ride this till the end of the day, but I think Casino Royale is my favorite. The remake.
The remake
with Daniel Craig. Even though I have like a true love for GoldenEye, I just say that kind of was the biggest roller coaster ride I've ever been on personally when I saw that in the movie theater. So
it was good. It took me by surprise that it was so good. Blofeld was played by Ernst Starvo. No, wait.
No, that's the
Donald,
character. Donald Pleasance.
That's
He's
right.
the doctor from Halloween.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I can't remember the doctor's name. Dr.
Loomis.
Loomis.
Dude,
I beat you to it.
Telly Savalas played Blofeld.
I
forgot
can't
about
feel
Yeah,
my
there was
ass.
about 2 or 3 Blofelds, I think, just because of how many they had.
Yeah, Yaphet Kotto played Mr. Big.
Mr. Big, yeah.
Yeah. Christopher Lee, man. Rest in peace.
Goldfinger probably was another really good one.
Yeah.
That's... Daryl, what
God, there
about
was
you?
a lot.
Well, I'm like looking at Ernst Starvo Blofeld, and I'm just like
Stavros.
excuse me. And it just reminds me, like, I can't believe Austin Powers got away with what they got away with how tropey that movie is, like just making fun of James Bond, pretty much.
Yeah.
Dr. Evil looks just like Ernst.
I know. The cat,
Yeah.
the scar, the bald head,
$1
the suit.
million.
I think Sean Bean was awesome. I love that guy anyway. I love that guy.
Yeah, and that was a good story
Trevelyan.
because they're like just buddies, and then just because of his upbringing, he couldn't be friends with Bond anymore, and just I like that one too.
Robert
006.
Carlyle was the guy that couldn't feel any pain.
Yeah, he had that messed up eye and the bullet in his brain, right?
Mads Mikkelsen though, man, he was good.
He's good in anything.
Yeah.
I saw him
Javier
as-
Bardem.
He's good in
It was
anything
more creepy
too.
than anything though. It's just like, you took your Christopher Waltz is the new Blofeld.
Christoph, yeah.
Christoph
Yep,
Waltz. That's what I mean.
Yep, that's right.
I'm gonna say Odd Job's my favorite, just because I remember that scene where he threw his hat and cut that statue's head off.
The bust of the statue.
I gotta say,
Yeah.
God, but there's a lot of them. I mean, they're all pretty good. I don't think there was really a bad. Well, Jonathan Pryce was kind of a bad one.
What about the guy that was from Inglourious Bastards?
Christoph Waltz, that's what we were just
Christoph
talking
Waltz,
about.
yeah. He's the
Okay,
new
sorry.
Blofeld.
Yeah. I just didn't know his name.
Yeah.
Godfrey John. Do you know who that guy is?
No.
Let's see here.
Is that a villain?
If you saw his face, you would know. You would know. He was in Proof of Life. He was a bad guy in Goldeneye. You look at it. Look
Which
at him.
bad guy?
It doesn't say because he's on the bottom of the list. But Gottfried, Gott, Fried John. You'll know him as soon as you see him. Alan Cumming, that was that Invincible guy. I hated that shit. Christopher Walken. Yeah, there was a lot, man. I think that most of them were all good.
We had somebody email us in, frequent listener Eric. He had some picks. I'm sure he'd be tickled that we read them off.
Yeah, let's go down.
Gave our
Yeah, we're gonna make fun of him here.
Yeah, we're gonna make fun of him.
Take you off
And
your
then I
cloud
have
nine,
a
buddy.
I have a quick question for you guys though. So I was saying before we started recording that James Bond has inspired a lot of movies, just media in general. And I was wondering, out of Jason Bourne series, Mission Impossible, Jack Reacher, Austin Powers, XXX.
You're saying in terms
Which
of
one's
just
the best?
Secret agent?
Which one's the best?
Yeah.
Of those?
Yeah.
Austin Powers.
Bourne.
Austin Powers.
I like the first couple Bourne movies. I didn't like the last one.
I don't
but
consider. I can't.
What about
relate
Mission
the
Impossible
two.
1?
that wasn't a good movie. The first Mission Impossible was not a good
The
movie.
best part about Mission Impossible 1 is Emilio Estevez getting crushed by the elevator in the beginning.
That is true. Like the beginning is awesome, and the N64 game was awesome too. Mission
Those games
Impossible,
were tough.
very tough.
Mission Impossible 2 was almost worse, and then Mission Impossible 3 came
But
in
it
and
had
it
that
was
Metallica
like, okay.
song.
Hey,
Here I go now.
This is how I disappear.
Yep. And they did that music video on top of like the bluffs out in the desert.
We got to do one last
Oh,
thing
time
of our picks.
how I disappear.
Yeah, I think it was called I Disappear.
One last pick. What was our favorite Bond theme singer?
Sam Smith. Why am I
don't
joking
know,
if I
man.
say that?
You're not. I just say, ugh.
Well, why? You just like the song?
I
What
like his
song was-
range, and I feel like it has.
Was that now? What was that from? Was that?
The Writings on the Wall was from Spectre.
I thought you never saw it.
No, I did. I saw that in theaters.
Oh, I'm thinking of the wrong singer. I hated that version.
Why?
But that's okay. It's just my opinion. I just didn't like. I don't like him. I just don't like his voice. It's pretentious and just don't get me started on that.
That's all right.
He might as well. They should have put him in Star Wars. Put him right along with the things I hate.
Might as well.
I think Chris Cornell or Sheryl Crow were my two favorites.
What Sir Paul McCartney, Live and Let Die?
No,
That's pretty cool.
no, that was.
I hate Wings, so I'm just
Why?
joking. Different.
Was that actually in a Bond movie?
Live and Let Die.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talk about.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus, really? Yeah. I think the Chris Cornell I like just because I love his voice, man.
Mine was probably Tina Turner, Goldeneye. I really like Doom 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 Doom. You should have played that song.
I'm
On the
sorry.
bump. It's okay.
Do you want a hug?
I had that album,
You
the
need
Goldeneye
something?
CD. That was probably the second CD I bought, I think. And I just listened to that. I would listen to it and I would instantly remember every song on there. That was really good. Goldfinger too. Goldfinger.
What about Die Another Day by Madonna?
Nope. Worst one. I think that was one of the weaker
Yeah,
ones.
that was a really bad.
Quantum of Solace has a good one. Another Way to Die by Jack White and Alicia Keys.
Didn't like it.
What about the one you were talking about?
Well, Sheryl Crow was in Tomorrow Never Dies.
No, I'm talking about the Cornell one.
I'm looking at that right here. I
Rest
had
in
it, but
peace. Man, a bunch of dead people in the Bond universe now. Jesus.
I had it, but I decided to close all. my
View to
windows
Kill
out.
by Duran Duran.
Jeez. Yeah, nothing good came out of those Dalton years. It just reeked of just
The
that
Spy Who
80s.
Loved Me as Carly Simon.
Yeah. Chris Cornell was Casino Royale.
Tom Jones.
Oh,
is
that's
in-
right.
Yeah, and Tom Jones is in Thunderball. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
What's new, James Bond?
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It's not unusual to have another
You know what?
James Bond song.
I do agree with you, Jake. The Chris Cornell on Casino Royale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just loved it. The Adele one was pretty good, though. I mean, I do like that chick's voice, man. She's got a...
That's what Eric said his favorite was.
Oh, yeah, that's
remember
right.
him saying
Well, let's
that.
go through his real quick. What was his best movie, Skyfall?
Well, he said Skyfall won his best song and his best movie.
What about Diamonds Are
and
Forever?
the best villain, so...
It's a good one, too.
Who sang that one?
Diamonds Are Forever.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Shirley
Is that Shirley Bassett? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bassey.
Basie. Yeah, that's right.
His favorite Bond is Sean Connery. That's a no-brainer.
Garbage played The World Is Not Enough.
That's right. Shirley
that's
Manson. Do you know
right.
she died?
Well,
Or no, she didn't die. That was the Cranberries chick that just died.
oh, that's right. Charles Manson died.
Good.
Finally.
It's about time. But what if he didn't do it? I watched the whole documentary on him, by the way, and it was kind of weird because he never actually
No, he didn't
committed
do
a crime,
anything.
and he was the one, and they basically made him the front runner of all the punishment. It's really weird.
Yeah, it was all the
It's
psycho
really
chicks. They're all still in there, though.
Yeah.
On Collider.com, Skyfall got number 2.
Really?
Yeah.
All time movie.
All time.
All time.
Of all
well,
the movies.
I guess though because
And
the
Dr.
old-
Knows.
I'm sorry,
Dr.
no.
Knows James Bond theme by John Barry and Orchestra and Monty Norman was number 1.
Oh, so you're talking about the theme, not
Yeah,
the actual
just
movie.
the theme.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's up
it's
to-
in the top 5, but
Some people love certain Bonds, though. I mean, I don't know. I can see. I don't know. When you start getting into the reboot, that's when people start paying attention again. So I think a lot of those people are. I don't know. They're like it's like the people who like Last Jedi just because they're not a Star Wars person. Anyway, his favorite
Shots
villain.
fired.
His favorite villain, Silva, Javier Bardem in Skyfall.
yeah, he was pretty
Jeez,
psycho.
Eric, did you like Skyfall at all? You got like 5 of them. Honorable. He even has honorable mentions. I like this guy. We should hire him. Christopher Lee, Francisco Scaramanga.
Scaramanga.
Yeah,
The man with the golden gun.
that's right. The man with the golden gun.
I want one of those replicas of that little gun. Remember getting that in GoldenEye?
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Yep. One shot kill.
Slappers only, too.
I love proximity mines and playing in the caves
Or
and trapping
I remember
people.
you'd get like unlimited proximity mines, and I'd just throw a bunch of them, and I'd make this big old tube coming off the wall of them, just stacked on
Yeah.
top of each other, and
Yep.
then
I remember being
So
in,
many wasted
in the
hours in that.
caves, and there was like a split in the cave barely, and it would like you could throw one through that, so somebody coming around to kill you, you'd
Oh,
throw
the
it, and
caves,
boom,
yeah.
and you'd know they were coming, and then you'd be able to just shoot them when they were coming around the corner. He doesn't have best Bond game though. I suppose he's not much of a gamer, but his favorite Bond girl, Pussy Galore, of course. Honor Blackman, Goldfinger. Honorable mention, Sylvia Trench. That was the other one I mentioned. That was hilarious. Eunice Gayson and Dr. No. He says, without her, we wouldn't have the iconic Bond, James Bond quote. That's true. It's the first lady that he said.
That is entirely true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Favorite title song, Skyfall by Adele. I'll give him that because Adele has got an amazing voice. And she's perfect for that kind of theme song.
She's got that the power.
Yep. Honorable mention, Goldfinger by Shirley Bassey. You were
Agreed.
just saying that, Daryl. His worst. He's even got a worst list. We didn't do that.
I think we've ragged on enough of
I
them.
really can't say worst, though, because they're all fun.
I haven't seen all of them either, so I'm sure there's some
I'm
bad
sure there's
ones.
terrible ones, but it's still James Bond. I mean,
Quantum of Solace
what's
is
his worst?
Quantum of Solace, and that's a pretty bad one.
I pretty much agree. I think that was kind of on like, it went from good to being like, that really wasn't that great, and it was kind of surprising.
Yeah.
When I remember being surprised when I
Because
finished
they
it.
hyped the hell out of it.
I think I bought it. That's right. I bought it on Blu-ray and I
I never
watched it.
bought
I was
that.
like, wow, I didn't really like that. His worst James Bond, Timothy Dalton. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. I'd agree with that. His worst villain, Elliot Carver. Jonathan Pryce, Tomorrow Never Dies.
Yeah, he was the media mogul.
That's who I said. That was the worst. I didn't like him. I totally agree. That's probably the worst villain in my
just
book.
basically out there trying to create fake news.
Yeah. And being the same character he always plays.
Yeah.
His worst Bond girl, Mayday, Grace Jones, and View to Kill. I couldn't tell you. I think they're.
Yeah.
Oh,
nah.
Grace Jones. That was David Bowie's wife. That weird-looking lady with the flat top. Remember her?
Yeah.
She's like 9
that's
feet tall.
right.
I'll agree with him. That's the worst. That's the worst one.
I remember playing as Mayday in Goldeneye, but that's about it.
His worst theme song, "Die Another Day" by Madonna. We discussed that.
Yeah,
earlier.
anything Madonna's usually meh.
I'd agree with most of his stuff except for my favorite movie, just because that's all relative.
Did
So-
you guys ever happen to play this game, No One Lives Forever? It was probably around like PlayStation 2 era. It was kind of like, it reminded me of like Bond meets Austin Powers, but you're basically a female kind of Bond.
The cover looks familiar.
They did like 2 or 3 of them, and they were really well made, and I freaking loved these games. Just basically female secret agent with a bunch of gadgets, and
So
you're trying
it's
to
Joanna
stop it.
Dark.
Kind of.
Apparently,
I don't remember who made these though.
there's rumors that that's going to be an Xbox exclusive coming up.
Yep.
A new Perfect Dark. I remember the Perfect Dark sequel was not a good game.
No.
Oh, Monolith made it. The guys who did
It was
Fear.
a launch
Oh,
title.
okay.
It was a launch title with Xbox 360.
Was it? That was. Oh, that's right. Yeah, yep. You're right. And it wasn't good at all. But the original Perfect Dark was awesome because it was just like GoldenEye but with tech. It was like spacey, and there was an alien, your alien buddy. Remember that? Yeah. But thanks, Eric, for sending that in. Gave us. Sorry, it took us so long to talk about it. I know he wanted us to talk about that for a while. So
It's a good topic. Everybody's got. It's kind of like Star Wars. Whether you've seen them all or how big of a fan you are, everybody's kind of seen something and knows something and has an opinion on it.
Yeah, I can't wait for the new Indiana Jones. What do you think about that, Eric?
He's just gonna kill him. Indiana Jones is gonna die, and they're gonna.
I'm
have
not
a new...
paying $15 to go watch someone get killed.
Harrison
like that.
Ford's just got to kill all his characters off, and then ride off into the sunset.
after Crystal Skull, that was so bad.
Never saw.
And
it.
that was another way they destroyed. Well, he was still good as Indiana Jones in it, but they kind of destroyed the franchise with that movie too. It's
That's
like,
just Lucas.
man. And it was about freaking aliens. You think I would have loved it? I was
That's-
like, ooh,
that's
Indiana
not
Jones.
where Alien or Indiana Jones should go. He's not
No,
an alien
but still,
guy.
well, no, he goes all sorts of stuff. He did the Ark of the Covenant for crying out loud.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
they can
that's
go
more,
anywhere.
That's more something
It was
anthropology.
Shia LaBeouf's fault and the monkey scene fault is what it was, and too many special effects. Like it didn't need to be that way. The old way they were actually
True
fighting
that.
on stuff. Like I want
Yeah.
old school gritty, but Harrison Ford also can't really run anymore. So I don't know.
My ultimate wish list for a game, like especially a James Bond like, and you guys can debate this, but a reboot of Time Splitters.
I won't debate you at all.
Like if they did.
Was that rare?
I'd have to
believe
look it
it-
up.
No, Time Splitters was somebody else.
Time Splitters Future Perfect is what I'm.
Yeah, I really don't see the correlation, but absolutely.
Well,
dude.
just because like in some of them, like I remember in Time Splitters Future Perfect, one of your existences, you were like a spy in the 70s.
oh, that's right. Yeah,
and
you
had
had a bunch
snipe.
of different people in that
That's
one.
right.
And you would-
Dude, those
went
are the
to-
best games ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would absolutely take a
Was-
reboot of those.
Was when you went to Egypt? Was that in the first one, or was that the second
Jeez.
one?
Was there 2 or 3 of them?
I think there was 3.
The
then it
1,
kinda-
2, and then
3
Future
failed.
Perfect?
Yeah, 3 failed. I remember the first time I played Time Splitters though, and shot through a window, and the physics of the glass. I vividly remember that. I was like, "Whoa, this is a." Good
I don't know if
game."
I want to play
Free
it again.
Radical Design
Free Radical,
was
that's right.
Future
did-
Perfect.
Did they do Red Faction?
Let me look here.
I don't know that another Time Splitters would do anything for me.
It'd have to be made indie, and it probably wouldn't really break any boundaries. It'd be kind of just the same thing again.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays, you have so many games.
No,
of
they
that.
did Haze. I mean,
Highs?
Haze. They looked like Crytek UK might be a subsidiary. Did Crisis 2 and 3 and Warface. I don't know who the hell.
So
did
they aren't around.
Red Faction.
I wonder who owns it.
Well, if they had anything to do with Crytek, they're probably shut down because
Yeah, that's true.
that whole debacle.
Yeah,
and
that
stuff.
sucked.
But
Crisis was bombed.
What the hell are you talking about? I didn't know they shut down.
yeah, they got bought by somebody.
Oh,
The Crytek engine got bought, and they closed the studio. That's something else to go into. Daryl, real quick though, we called this the surgery cast.
Yeah.
So you're getting facial surgery too, or dental
He's getting a nose
dental
job
surgery.
and a new a butt chin.
You're ignorant. Everybody's ignorant.
Yeah, I'm gonna be gone after tomorrow for a while,
Forever.
maybe,
No.
and then yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. I gotta go home and try to.
Back.
Yeah, I gotta go home and try to enjoy the game and finish setting up my house so I can like do nothing but lay in bed for a month when I come back. And then Daryl's getting oral surgery.
Yeah,
Dude, that's
so
fun.
bad.
That stuff's
You'll
fun.
be a fun-
You're
No,
gonna
it's
have a
not.
funner
Dude,
time than Jake.
I'm having 4 wisdom teeth out, so the next
fine.
podcast show.
No, you won't.
Welcome to
No, you
Cyber
won't.
Lunch.
You'll be
Cyber
fine.
lunch. So much blood.
The first day and the half of the second day are the worst, and then after that,
And you're gonna be knocked out half. You're just gonna wake in and out of consciousness.
you'll be fine.
I'll just overhead the.
It's like tonsils. It's just in and out, and you're done.
Yeah.
It's in some weird state of mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna be on some good stuff. I can't wait for like Purple Hills and. I've been to
Strawberry fields.
Yeah, Strawberry Fields, pretty much. The Crystal Ship. The Crystal Ship.
You're like walking to the bathroom. It's like picture yourself in a boat on a river with tangerine trees.
That's what you can be like when you come out, though.
marmalade skies.
Mr. Cunningham, you okay in there? Yep. Perfect.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna be heavily sedated for a couple days, so that's gonna be kind of nice. Just
Hey, you know what's
plus,
funny?
I've been stressed non-sleeping this week, so it's gonna be so nice. I guarantee you, as soon as they put anything in me, I'm gonna sleep for like 15 hours. They'll probably try to wake me up after surgery and be like, I don't go back to sleep.
I got something funny for you.
What's that?
It's a little song. You ready?
No.
24 hours to go. I
wanna
wanna
be
be sedated.
Nothing to
Do know where to go.
I'm gonna be sedated.
We're gonna get copywritten.
Just put me in a wheelchair.
I don't think they're gonna be able to-
Get me to a show. Hurry,
They're not
hurry,
gonna be able to
hurry.
make out what we're
before I
singing.
go. Oh,
You know,
can't control my fingers. I can't control my toes. Oh, rest in peace, man. Joey Ramone. Both the Ramone brothers, I think, are dead now.
Well, duh.
Man, talk about a couple weird-looking dudes.
Yeah.
They got to be up
They
there.
found their niche.
Like, no offense, you got to be up there as a couple of the strangest or not best-looking people in the world.
Yeah.
They were weird, but damn, they could write some punk.
It's not
music.
really their audience.
No, that was. I think that's why. Like,
Yeah.
it's
well,
the
they
same
try to
thing.
get onto Disney
They're not
Channel.
establishment because they're ugly.
Yeah, that's true. They're like the anti-establishment.
Music
guy.
is like 90% looks anyways nowadays, so.
True.
Yeah. They had a feud for a long time. I remember listening to Howard Stern show when they both finally reunited on the phone and started talking to each other after like 10 years. And they were just like, at the end, they're like, yeah, this all kind of was stupid. And they like kind of got back together and started talking to each other again. But when they were in their teens, they looked like they were 50 years old. Like they were just odd looking dudes. But yeah. So good luck with
Manchester.
good luck with your thing.
Good luck
You'll
to
be
you.
fine. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
You'll
both
fine,
be
too.
fine.
Yeah, I know. It's the build up that's killing me the worst.
That's my
I just
new
wanna get it over
URL.
with.
You'll both be fine.com. No one liked it.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
I'm really full. I had some food at the buffet. Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I got a
Damn it.
My favorite part of the show.
little secret question before we go. It's a pretty easy one.
Okay.
Your favorite TV show of all time?
Of all time.
Yeah, not going on right now. What's your favorite show that you remember?
The show
That
that
I
I get most
remember.
memories from, that I like remember watching and like think like, oh man, that was such a good experience. I'd probably never do either of them. Probably favorite show I'd have to say X-Files.
Dude.
I was gonna
it's hard for me too because I got like 4 in my life that I
Yeah.
loved. But yeah, X-Files is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
that was
so
such
good.
a ride. I don't think I could do it again.
Have you watched any of the new stuff?
No, I
This
gotta
season?
watch it.
I heard it's good,
Yeah, it's
but
better than last year. I heard.
I hope
gotta
so
watch
because
it.
last year was yikes.
Yeah, I got to do that.
My favorite show probably has to be South Park.
That's a good one too. Just dude,
Of
that's
all
been
time,
around
of
like
your whole life.
I think so.
it's
Just
been around,
because
like 25 years.
because it's also topical. Like whenever I watch
it's so
it,
relevant.
yeah, and it's always been hilarious. I've saw episodes that I haven't laughed, but I was still entertained at the episode.
And they've just been kicking it, and it doesn't really go down for more than this season, and then it's back up again.
I mean, if you want to get into it, like guilty pleasure shows, like Cheers and Frasier.
Yeah.
But if you want to get into good time, old times, my old schools are like Happy Days and Dick Van Dyke Show.
Taxi, I love Taxi. As a
Taxi
kid.
Taxi was
I never liked
okay.
Taxi. I was really young when that was out, and it was boring to me.
You know what? I haven't watched it in a long time because I don't know when the hell it airs. But Hogan's Heroes.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, MASH.
You can never get away with that shit nowadays.
No.
Ever. You
No.
never do it.
No.
Probably actually.
I know nothing.
Nothing.
The Simpsons
Hey,
is up
let's-
there too for me.
Simpsons
I've
up
been
there.
watching a lot of Simpsons,
Futurama.
like old Simpsons, and I'm like,
I never watched too much Futurama.
That's one of my favorites as
Futurama's
well.
underrated. You watch it, and you're like, damn, this is actually pretty funny.
I
See-
just know Dr. Zoidberg.
When-
I know that part.
When I was growing up, I wasn't allowed to watch Simpsons. So
yeah,
am I-
it was two types of people.
Exactly.
Kids whose parents let them watch
Yeah,
it, kids whose
exactly.
parents
Did.
didn't let them
Yeah.
watch it.
So I didn't, so I don't have that thing. But I started watching Futurama, and I've just come to like it more. I don't know why. You can hate me for it.
No, I like it. It's good, but Simpsons just...
Well, you know my favorite TV show of all time, right?
Seinfeld.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing that it's not all time because of the last episode. It was so bad and left it off a bad taste in my mouth.
Oh.
Because I was just disappointed. Because I felt like it should go out. Like, because I love that show. I could name you every single episode. I could recite pretty much. But anyway, I also loved All in the Family way back in the day
Oh,
when
yeah,
I used
those
to
were
watch it
hilarious.
with my grandfather. And you still watch it today. It's hilarious if you're not a Nancy. And then afraid of everything people say. It's hilarious because it was relevant at the time too, and the way they talked around serious subjects was awesome.
Yeah.
How they handled it.
Yeah.
First 4 seasons of Aqua Teen Hunger Force for sure.
That's
yes.
not the best show
Well,
ever.
no,
It's
for
a
me,
good
like
show.
I can watch season 2, and I've seen it
He knows
thousands
it
of times
by heart.
But like, I still like giggle as I'm doing the lines. I don't know. It's just a dumb guilty pleasure, and I'm not afraid to admit it.
Most people
so.
do giggle when they do lines.
What's like your favorite Aqua Teen quote? Damn, that's a big
Oh,
hot dog.
nine! I thought you were a monster in the basement trying to kill me. Hurry up, get the knife. The kitchen's in the basement. Oh, great! Then he has the knife now.
My other favorite show that you
love
guys
them.
probably have never seen.
I'm sorry.
I don't laugh at that show. I just don't like that
It
show.
makes me crack up. I don't know
That's
why.
your Tim and
man.
Eric bullshit that I freaking can't stand.
But
it's just nonsense. They're just yelling
I
the
want to
entire
say
time.
that Aqua Teen came before Tim and Eric, so if anybody's gonna be
Well
pointing any
before.
fingers-
Right. So
yeah.
thanks for that, Aqua Teen.
They're on their. I wouldn't compare those two types.
What about
of comedy.
Space
I do
Ghost?
because it's just loud.
Space Ghost was great.
But it
Space
was
Ghost
clever.
was even around before Aqua Teen, man.
That's a clever show, though. Aqua Teen Hunger Force, they just yell and talk goofy. That's all they do.
Well, that's what they did in the Brack show. If you want to get
Brack
into
show was
that.
great too. I love.
I don't know what
Brack.
that is.
C Lab 2021.
Oh.
I mean, those were slapstick, but it's not like that. To me, Aqua Teen Hunger Force is annoying. It's the same. Like I like Death Clock, but it's annoying. Show it to me. I will watch it, but it's not something-
Metalocalypse?
Yeah, or Metalocalypse.
Damn, that's a big hot dog.
I don't know. My other favorite show from when I was a kid, V. Do you remember this?
I
It
never
was like
watched
a
it,
mini
the alien
series.
one?
Yes, where they were
Yeah.
like lizard aliens that came down and they looked like us, but they would peel their skin off and they were like lizards.
Kind of
underneath.
body snatchers like.
Yep. And they were trying to take over. They were like infiltrating the government and everything else. It was crazy if you really watch it.
I've read the books at Barnes and Nobles. I
Okay.
heard about the lizard
Yep.
society. That's,
Yep. And they would eat guinea pigs or gerbils or rats or
I think
something.
they
would eat.
redid it again. Maybe.
Yes,
Maybe
they tried to.
Britain or something.
Well, they tried to bring it back and it was just not. It wasn't good.
Yeah.
One of my other favorite shows was Battlestar Galactica. Back when I was a kid.
I was just hearing that I should watch that show.
The new one you should.
Everybody likes those. I've never seen
It's-
them, but I've heard that
It's
too.
a great sci-fi show. Plus, one of the hottest women in the world is on that.
Who's
frickin'
that?
thing. I can't remember. Let me look up her name.
He doesn't even know.
No, I know what she looks like. That's all it freaking takes. Let's see here. What was the other old one? See, all this rambling, I freaking forgot my last choice.
For a TV show?
Yeah,
Oh, I got
America's
one for
Funniest
you.
Home Videos.
I got one.
that it?
That's a great one.
that is
actually.
a good one.
That's
I
like
loved that as a
that's-
kid,
That's
dude.
like after dinner.
Rescue 911.
Like you just got done with dinner.
Unsolved Mysteries.
I was gonna say John Lithgow, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. God, I can't remember. There's some other. I can't remember her name, but
Yeah.
Third Rock from the Sun.
She was hilarious. Yeah,
I
Third
love
Rock,
that show.
Third Rock was great.
Just because the humor is like they're all so new to it, and then watching like people that are like older, like Mary and other people that are around Dick. Do you know what show I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like a modern Mork and Mindy, where it's just like they had no idea. It's just kind of fish out of
Like
water kind of.
yeah, like Harry was like had all these things on the table, and he's like, "What you doing, Harry?" I'm testing to see what's poison and what's not.
Trisha Helfer, and she played number 6. Just look her up.
On V.
No, on Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, okay.
Look her up. But that reminds me. What did you just say? What were we?
Third Rock
Third
from
Rock.
Third Rock from the Sun.
News Radio, one of the greatest shows of all
Yeah.
time.
It was
Rest
more
in
dry
peace.
though. Like I felt like Third Rock was more entertaining because they were like
It was goofy.
experience. Yeah,
Yeah.
They were
It was
experiencing
it
everything
was a
for the
brilliant
first
show.
time.
It really was. And
Mary, why won't you love me?
John Lithgow too always said he would never do a TV show, and and then he did that, and he loved it.
He was
loved
brilliant.
doing it. Yeah, it was wonderful. Everybody was brilliant on that show.
Yeah.
Some obscure
Who was that weird guy in that with? Yeah, the squinty face
Harry.
and like the.
Yeah,
that was
Harry.
Harry.
And I hated how they always tried to make that other chick like sexy because she wasn't. She had weird shoulders, and
There's a lot.
She had weird shoulders.
she did. She looked like a dude. She was like, she had like, I don't know how to describe it.
that weird shouldered chick.
Yeah.
In 1975, Faulty Towers with John Cleese.
I've never watched any Faulty Towers. But,
It was very. It's not sensitive to race or anything else like that.
well, it's the 70s.
So it's the 70s. So some of those jokes are very off-putting, but there are a few scenes in it where it's like classic good, like Monty Python, John Cleese humor. Like you would relate to him because he's just like this disgruntled guy that owns a hotel.
That's great. I think my mom watches this show. Actually, what is it? Faulty Towers.
Yeah.
I think she does.
Yeah, it's pretty classic.
Is it English?
Yes.
I think she watches that.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
She says she laughs like crazy on it. You know who's one of my favorite English comedians of all time? Mr. Bean, Rowan
Oh,
Atkinson.
yeah.
That dude.
He seems like a pedophile though.
Well, it's because he
Bean?
looks goofy.
It's just
I don't
weird. He's
think-
just English.
weird.
Reminds me of Rat
doesn't
Race.
lick his lips.
I'm winning. I am winning.
See, but I don't look at his movies. I look at you. Got to see his stage performances. He does it. I watched this like live stand up thing that he did, and it was all character actors. A character. He was playing characters. That was it. There was no like. It wasn't Mr. Bean. I mean, part of it was, but he would go through different scenes and do like these sketches by himself, pretty much, with like a narrator.
Yeah,
and it was
he's really good.
brilliant, man. There was one of the funniest things I've ever. I'll have to show it to you later on YouTube. It doesn't translate well over this, but. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen on stage. I was laughing. I remember when I saw it, and it made me funny. It made me funny.
My last one, Cowboy Bebop,
I've never seen it.
Sure.
anime,
Sure.
bounty hunters, space bounty hunters.
Afro Samurai. What about that one? If you.
Yeah, that's a rated R.
Never seen it.
You never seen Afro Samurai?
Oh, you would like that.
dude.
No.
Oh my god.
Isn't that what the
Wu-Tang did
Samuel
the-
Jackson's in it.
Wu-Tang did the soundtrack.
Yeah.
No, I know that. I've seen maybe
Samuel
an episode,
Jackson.
and the dad from Friday is in it too, right?
John Weatherspoon, I believe so, yeah.
He's in it.
Every time I'm in the kitchen.
You eating in the kitchen? You were in the kitchen, eating up all the damn
Justin
food.
and I saw the 20th
All the
anniversary of
hog
that.
maws.
Well,
All the
I was
cheeses.
gonna go too, but you guys didn't tell me you were going. So
It was
What-
the last
what did we
minute
do?
ordeal. We went and saw the
Saw
20th
Friday.
anniversary of Friday.
Oh, in the theaters. That was
Yeah.
great.
Um,
Everybody was just quoting it and laughing, and it was.
cartoon. If we're
riot.
talking cartoons, my favorite cartoon of all time is Voltron, because that was right in my
So the
wheelhouse.
Black Witches.
I couldn't. My mom wouldn't let me watch that. So the only time I could see it was at my friend's house. But I remember watching the intro to it, and I loved loving drawing the robots, and then actually having the toys.
Oh, those toys were the greatest.
I had the line ones. Plus, then they did a vehicle. Tron. Remember that when it was like
No,
trains
I
and
don't
stuff?
really remember much of Voltron.
It was
That's a little
like
before my.
2 feet tall. And I remember I got it from my grandmother, Grandma Apple. She gave it to me for my birthday or something, or maybe it was our godfather. But anyway, I think that's my favorite cartoon. But I think it goes Seinfeld, X-Files, because I was a religious watcher of X-Files. Dana Scully, I was in love with her. I think that would be my top
Yeah.
two. I think.
Mine would probably be Simpsons and X Files.
I know people that love The Simpsons. I like The Simpsons, but I was never I think it's funny, but I was never like a super fan of that show. But I know plenty of my friends loved it.
I remember watching it from 5 to 6 on Fox at dinner time every day. They played 2 back-to-backs. Man, I've seen some of those probably 50 times. Especially the Treehouse of Horror ones. Oh, man.
Yeah, those are
are
they're good.
great.
But to me, it was like just wasn't something that kept my attention. I think the same thing with South Park, because I used to watch the hell out of South Park, and then I just stopped watching it and
Yeah.
never went back. But
You
I don't
gotta
know.
Keep on top of them.
I don't know. Anything you've watched lately that you loved?
I haven't really been watching much TV.
I've been trying to watch Stranger Things.
Finish
the second
it.
season's
Just
not
finish it.
good. I didn't like the second season.
I'm trying.
Do
I
it.
finished The Punisher.
That's what I mean. You're trying. Remember the first? You told me to watch the first season. You're like, dude, watch that shit. And I think you probably binged through that. You didn't.
No, it's just a matter of me like starting it and then I get tired and then I don't want to miss
Yeah, I
it, so I
suppose.
turn it off, like one of those deals.
It just didn't. It wasn't. I didn't like it. But I didn't like the latest Black Mirror either. So, I don't know.
We'll have to talk about that because I haven't watched them and I got some opinions on
Maybe we'll
that.
get back to that next time. I think we're going to wrap it up here today at Cyber Lunch. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. We appreciate all your support and messages. Thanks, Eric.
Email us questions. If you
Email
want.
us cyberlunch1@outlook.com or find us on Facebook at cyberlunch.
And we're working on iTunes.
We are working on iTunes.
So it'd be a little
We
bit
send
easier
them-
Yeah,
for you guys
I
to-
think we said it last week, but if anybody has a preferred format for how they like to listen or watch
Yeah, hit us up.
podcasts, let
Well,
us know.
and apparently SoundCloud's still a thing. I thought they were closed. Somebody told
That's
me
where
they
you
were
get all the
closing
rap
down.
from nowadays.
Right.
You
so
know, that's right. Molly Percocet.
Crop top.
Anyways,
Crop top.
is that how it
Pop
goes?
pop. Hip hop. I don't know.
Thanks for sticking around, guys. I'm Daryl.
I'm Justin.
I'm Jake. I'll see you on the other
Cyber
side.
Lunch, we're out. Oh, we hope.
Skull.
We hope.
Skull.
We hope.
Justin. Skull. Justin. Skull.
He says nothing.
Failed.